I've decided to use a full manual lens. This is the 7 Artisan 25mm fully manual lens. And the reason why is because it's been in my bag for such a long time, but as you can see, I'm struggling trying to chase the focus all the time. Focus is very difficult to try and achieve. Although my dog is moving constantly, trying to anticipate where to focus is extremely difficult. When I returned home and I seen the footage, I thought, what a complete waste of time. That's a bit of a negative statement. No, of course not. You just gotta go back out and try again. B-roll monster, yes it is. Stationary objects, things that are not moving, absolutely wonderful. And you can video people, you just need to get them in focus, and if you're following them, all you have to do is just keep the same pace as that person. Animals are a bit more unpredictable, but you must persist with it. Right, what I'm here to talk about today is 7 Artisan 25 1.8 lens, full manual lens. I bought this lens last year but never ever used it. So the reason why I never used this lens, as I said, because there was a vignette around and I didn't realize that you had to change the APS-C settings on the camera itself. So I spent quite a lot of time actually trying to work it out, but I couldn't. So I stuffed it in my bag and left it. It's very difficult to use a manual lens when you're shooting anything but still or something you can predict where to focus. If you're going to shoot anything, especially if you're going to use it as a selfie, you have to basically hold your hand out and then focus on your hand, and then that will give you roughly where you are. It's very, very difficult to use a manual lens. As you can see from some of the video I shot on the beach, when I first got this thing, it was an absolute nightmare trying to actually judge. Once you set everything up, if you want to do, tight shots and things, it's perfect because nothing moves. The only difficulty is when you use this lens now, in this predicament, you have to shove your bag here, roughly get the focus length, and then it's pure luck. I could shoot all this now and find that it's not in focus. So the big plus side, of course, of using manual lenses is the cost. If I wanted 50mm 1.4, it set me back about $1,400-1,500. Expanding on YouTube, then you would start to purchase lenses and get better film. That's why people's videos improve as they go on, because they buy better equipment. So I just done some shots around here and just give you some idea of exactly how well this lens performs. For me, if you're on a budget, the 7 Artisan 25mm 1.8 is a good lens to use. Okay, the only difficulty you may have is, like I said, you got to get used to it. And I think once you've mastered one manual lens, then you'll start looking at others. Why pay, such vast amounts when you can buy a manual lens, either adapted lens or the E-mount, straight on. Remember to change the APS-C though, because I was actually after a 25mm or 35 I was after actually, and then I thought, well, I got a lens that I've never used, let's work at it. So of course you jump on YouTube. Finally, after about 11 videos, I found out, because someone actually mentioned about the APS-C, the one thing that stopped me using this lens. I've taken this lens out a couple of places, I've had some bad results as you can see. But now, using the lens more and more, the results are improving. I'm starting to realize then about adjusting the aperture. So I set my aperture on my camera to aperture priority and just let the shutter do the rest. With this one, of course, you do everything manually. The camera's still on aperture priority, still using the in-body stabilization, because of course this lens doesn't have any stabilization. It's hit and miss. Focus is the main problem all the time. You always get problems trying to get focus, and you tend to take your time more, work out your distances more. Probably get the 50 but you still need prime lenses, because if you're doing running gun stuff and you need to move quickly, or you're using a gimbal on the end of a monopod, of course, then you need that full-on fast Sony focus that you can't do away with. There you go, perfect timing. It's 10 o'clock.